Hi, my name is Rachel B., and I am a Liberty University nursing student. I'm currently getting my master's in nursing education. However, I will be speaking to you today about biostatistics. We're going to look at data that has come from the Framingham Heart Study, which is one of the most influential studies in the United States and has helped to determine risk factors for cardiovascular disease and coronary heart disease. So we're looking at data based on the most recent cohort, which consisted of 4,434 individuals. So one of the first pieces of information we notice about this group is that there are definitely four risk factors that we've seen in science and from research that are present in this group for cardiovascular disease. The first is a high average blood pressure. The average blood pressure for this group was about 133/83, which was pretty consistent between men and women in the group. This is classified as stage 1 hypertension, and despite this level being high in this group, less than 4% of the individuals were currently on antihypertensive medications. And also, more of the people in this 4% were women compared to men by a difference of 60 people. Another elevated level was the total serum cholesterol, which was elevated at 236.98. Now, the level that we desire in the healthcare community is for the total serum cholesterol to be less than 200. So this is another elevated level which could put these individuals at risk for cardiovascular disease. Furthermore, the average body mass index in this group was also high at 25.84, which is currently classified as being overweight. This is another significant risk factor. And finally, over 50% of the total cohort stated that they are currently smokers. So those four major risk factors of hypertension, hyperlipidemia, being overweight, and also smoking are present in these individuals. So this would be an excellent opportunity for the healthcare community to talk to these people about changing these modifiable risk factors in their life through medications and diet and exercise, and also learning how to quit smoking and having the support to do that. So it seems that much more of this current population should be placed on antihypertensives, and it'd be great to see if that would actually decrease the risk of developing cardiovascular disease within this cohort. So we have tested also we've looked at the data to determine which factors could be associated with an elevated BMI. And those factors appear to be the systolic blood pressure, total serum cholesterol, and being of the male sex. We found that the coefficients for both the crude and the multivariable analysis for these factors all showed a pretty consistent correlation and also a positive correlation. However, age, when comparing the crude level, which was positive at 0.0627 versus the coefficient in the multivariable model was negative at negative 0.0215. So that switch from positive to negative suggests that this could be a confounding factor. The same is also potentially true of diabetes. While the relationship stayed positive, there was a difference of over 1 unit when comparing the crude and the multivariable. So both of these factors, age and diabetes, could be confounding factors when looking at BMI. Finally, the last major piece of information that we saw from this data analysis is that there were certain risk factors that demonstrated a high correlation when looking at coronary heart disease within this group. And it also agrees with what we already know or what we have seen in research in the scientific community. So the patients were at a significantly higher risk for coronary heart disease if they were overweight with a BMI of greater than 26, if they were older than 57, or if they had a blood pressure that was greater than 145/87. All these variables showed a very significant correlation with a p-value of less than 0.001. So from all the data that we have from this study, it would be very beneficial for this group to look at changing modifiable risk factors for coronary heart disease and cardiovascular disease, which would be being overweight, having high blood pressure, um, and looking at those modifiable risk factors. So it would be very interesting to see if in this group, changing diet cholesterol and placing them on antihypertensives would help to decrease their risk for coronary heart disease. I think that would be a valuable piece of information to look at with this group. So thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a wonderful day.